ball is going too far. And it's becoming where it's not golf, but what we know, as Jessica just alluded to, is that the industry really drives, is going to drive this decision. And every year, we're talking about ball technology. People don't buy new clubs every year. They buy drivers and they buy balls, and they're buying balls consistently. So I think that drives the game. So we're really going to see a lot of pushback. The USGA is really in control of this, and I don't think it's in their best interest or the interest of the game, the industry, because we're in a unique place. Golf, as we all know, golf is one of the few sports, like, nobody's thinking about the Wilson football or the basketball. But in golf, that pyramid of influence, the average guy wants to play the same thing that the best players in the world are playing. And so we can't have this bifurcation where we have, a separate, the Masters, you're hitting a separate ball. And then when I go out with my boys on Sunday afternoon, I can hit my drive 330. So I think we need a little bit of solidarity around the game for the industry's sake.
Well, that's been talked about for years now, Jess, is separating tour equipment and recreational golfer equipment, as FARRELL is alluding to. We could be going down that path. You mentioned Augusta. I want to get your thoughts. The British Open seems to be where we've seen the biggest discrepancy as far as scores. The last 10 years, 9 under par. The last 5 years, 15 under par. That's about 8 strokes lower than the 1990s and early 2000s, Jess. Is that an example of the oldest courses becoming dated with modern technology?
I would have to agree with that, Ryan. Those are some great stats that you pulled up, and it's really interesting to think about some of those courses. The old course comes to mind, right? I mean, that's a course that we know is a shorter golf course. They've made some tweaks to it over the past couple of years, but that's it's the course, right, that nobody really wants to touch. Nobody wants to see the old course just get pummeled year after year after year. On the other hand, and FARRELL, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on this too, but does it really matter if these guys are shooting 19 under par, 25 under par, 28 under par? I mean, on a shorter golf course, lowest score wins, right? Whether you're playing a course that's 8,100 yards or 6,900 yards. To me, I think we probably have at least a few years of padding left to kind of stretch out some of these quote unquote shorter golf courses and let the guys just go as low as they can. I mean, we're seeing, 58s and 59s being shot on the PGA Tour somewhat regularly now, at least over the past several years. But nobody's been touching 55, 56, 57. At the end of the day, it all comes down to, can you make a putt? Are you putting well? That's been the differentiator for the top players in the game since the beginning of time. So, I still think, while, yes, we may be entering a danger zone, I think we're going to be okay, at least for several years to come.